All right, what is up, everybody? I'm Coach Todd, and this is
Coach Denny here.
Coach Denny. What's up? It is Monday Night Live. No more Monday Night Football. I guess that there wasn't no Monday Night Football last week either, but there was a game maybe the week before. So we're done with Monday Night Football. We're done with the Super Bowl. We won't go into that too deeply since my team got trounced. But hey, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out, there's an ex-Husker, Cam Jurgens. He was the center. He took over for um, the Kelsey brother that retired. He grew up in Beatrice, Nebraska. He went to the University of Nebraska as a tight end, moved to center, made all pro this year as a center, and he's from Nebraska. So congratulations, Cam. Congratulations, Eagles. As a huge Chiefs fan, obviously hard for me to say those words, but that's how sport goes, right? We play sports in order to get better. The winning is awesome, and it's a byproduct of sharpening your sword personally against other people that are better, right? So Kansas City got to get better. Weren't even in the same area code as those guys. So, Denny,
Well,
you
I
look
mean, I
fit.
think focus is one of the main. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a great topic for tonight. I mean, it's on everybody's mind. I mean, they got there for a reason. There's a reason why they're there three times, and you can go back to the run Ohio State had. Michigan beat them, and then after that, I think they destroyed what Tennessee. They destroyed who else
everybody.
was it? Everybody. I mean, Texas. They made them look really really bad, but it was all about the focus. It's a great segue into tonight. Sorry
Yeah,
that KC was on the back
you're,
end of that,
you're
but
not sorry at it. But hey, that's why
I
they
know.
play the games, right? Like
Yeah,
it is. And, as a fan, it's hard to see your team lose. But at the same point, it just highlights where we need to get better. Obviously,
yeah,
our offensive line needs to get better. Boy,
right.
it was ugly. So, um, but anyway, we digress into.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah, Steven's here. What's up? He's another diehard Chief fan. He's in Kansas City. He's got the little frowny face. Yep. Uh, Rough day today for Chiefs Nation. And, the rest of the world was against us. And when you get that good, the rest of the world hates you, right? And when you get so good at your craft, people will hate you. If you don't have haters, you have not mastered your
Push hard
craft,
enough.
right? You have not mastered your craft if you don't have haters, right? That's in business. That's in relationships. That's in your finances. That's it. Like people will hate you for taking that extra step and doing it, at a high level. So, and that's what we encourage inside the STB locker room.
Yep.
1% better every single day. It's about learning to love the process. And tonight, they are to focus, mastering the skill that changes everything. So make sure to introduce yourself in the chat.
I tell you what, man, this is a great one. Thursday night we got a game. Normally there's 45 minutes that they play, or they play 50 minutes, two 25-minute halves for my son's indoor soccer league. We're into tournaments. They're going to play a team that's a really good team in the second round. They're going to play the number one team. He's like, well, we're not going to get past those guys. I'm like, well, it's 18 minutes. I said, we got a shortened game. I said, they're expecting to win. And if your coach plays to win the tournament rather than just play everybody, we got a shot at winning the whole tournament. So, but from a mindset of, we're going to lose that game to, you're right, maybe we do have a shot. So you got to have a game plan going into it if you want to focus.
Yep. So the STB locker room community mission, empowering men to reclaim their energy, confidence, and focus through sustainable systems, accountability, and a brotherhood of support, helping them dominate in fitness, family, finances, faith, and fun, and becoming the unstoppable leaders they were meant to be. You were meant to be an unstoppable leader. If you haven't found that path, jump in, let's go. There's guys that need led, and there's guys that need to be leaders. And we all started somewhere. I started with working underneath another guy and another guy and another guy, right? Until I felt super confident in enough in myself, and then brought in Denny, right? And then brought in other guys into the group, and it's just grown, and it's been awesome to be a part of. So the foundation of the SDB locker room, everything we do is buy a code, do the work, win the day, be relentless. Period. All right. We're going to dominate 2025. We're already 41 days in. 41 days in. You either have 41 days of results or you have 41 days of excuses. Coach Denny made a commitment to me last week. He said, Todd, I'm going to start doing this thing that you do every day. I'm going to train every day, and I need held accountable. I said, sweet, easy enough. Just give me $100 every day that you don't train. You know how much money he's given me since he made that commitment? $0. Zero
And,
dollars yet.
and there will be a couple 11 o'clock workouts, I promise you, throughout
Yeah,
this year, but they'll be done that
they'll
day,
be done.
right? Because of that
Yep.
commitment.
So the art of focus, mastering the skill that changes everything. We're talking about focus here. What are we focusing on? Right? So number one, there is a focus crisis. Okay? Distraction is the enemy of progress. All right? We live in the most distracted time in history. Denny and I are old enough, I'm sure Steven is too, to remember when we didn't have the internet. Okay? And I'm sure a lot of the guys on here watching this, potentially watching, probably remember those. Wasn't it much simpler?
Yeah.
Where did we go outside and play? Right? Like if you wanted a distraction, you had to go get your neighbor kid and then get in trouble. Like I got in trouble all the time with the neighbor kids. Usually beat them up, but you couldn't just sit in your house and play a video game or look at your phone or and don't get me wrong, there's some really good things about having technology like this. This Monday Night Live would not be impossible back in 1993 when I was a senior in high school. We never saw any of these, right? But there's phones, there's emails, social media, constant noise, right? Every distraction pulls you further from your goals, right? Those guys that are achieving the things that you want to achieve are finding a way to master those distractions and not have them pull them further away from their goals, right? So the real problem, and most men don't even realize, is how much it's costing you to not stay focused, to have those notifications on and check your phone every 2 minutes and pull you away from what you're working on. I read every single day. My phone, I got my earphones in and I'm playing some pretty Zen type stuff when I read. So I just, that's how I do it. And my phone is not, I can't, no notifications, no calls, no nothing for 10 minutes every day. And I've read a lot of books just by 10 minutes a day. You don't have to read for an hour a day. 10 minutes a day for 30 days is 300 minutes, which is 5 hours of reading a month. Okay, little things add up. Why are we getting some feedback there, Denny? I'm getting some feedback. Like a car's driving by your house or something. All right,
Well,
the hidden cost of distraction. What is distraction stealing from you? Number one, it's stealing your time. Minutes lost to distraction equals hours of wasted potential. Okay. Number two, energy, right? It's stealing your energy. Mental clutter drains your focus and leaves you exhausted. I can tell you from this weekend, I left on Thursday, had a 6 hour drive, had all this stuff go, district wrestling. Denny and I are rolling out a new product, right? We're getting a new launch going on. I got 5 million things. I got brackets. I'm checking other district brackets and all this crazy stuff. And that in like a dad does, right? Because he wants to know. And I can tell you, like I got home at 12:30 in the morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever you want to call it. And I slept. And yesterday I was just drained because of all of this stuff going on, right? And like I had so much so much trash, right? Like I didn't need all that. I needed to I should have stayed focused, and it just absolutely drained me. It went in and did some work today for one of my clients that I do some consulting with, and literally told him, like, I got to go home. Like, my head is just not here. Like, I'm going home. I'll be back later in the week, and we'll finish this up. So, and it's stealing your momentum, right? Every distraction forces you to restart, losing valuable progress. Denny, I'm gonna throw you on the spot here.
Sure.
I've known you for about 3 years, a little more than 3 years, maybe somewhere there. And ever since I met you, the one thing that I've heard you talk about is that you want to write a book. So just throwing you under just
Yeah,
absolutely throwing you under the bus with the training,
that's okay.
with the book. You wanted to write a book, right? And I love the idea, and I think you'd be a great author. And I can't wait to see your book. But I'm just going to ask, how many pages have you written?
I have I have files of pages, but in total probably about 15, just jumbled together
Yep.
in 3 years.
And
And it's notes, it's raw notes.
what's up, Rennie? We say this because we're just like you.
Yep.
We're just like once he gets
Just,
the I know Denny, just like
mm,
this training, once he's focused and he's held accountable, he's gonna crush the training. I'll never have to ask for the $100 because it'll be done, right? Same thing when he gets locked in on this book. Watch out, like he'll have a book in 30 days because he'll just absolutely crush it, right? Problem is he's got 2 kids, he's got job responsibilities, he's got family responsibilities. He's got obligations in the community. He's like just like everybody else, right? So how could you go about writing a book, even if you say, hey, I'm just going to sit down and write 10 minutes a day, right? Focus in on that, or even 5 minutes. Hey, I'm just going to take 5 minutes every morning before the kids get up and write for 5 minutes. And it doesn't have to, you know what I mean? I think that's one way you can look at absolutely writing a book it might take you a year at 5 minutes a day, but you'd be a lot closer than if where you've been the last three, right?
right.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
And,
Like, absolutely.
if you want to throw some facts into it too, I will use the, excuse me, the cell phone industry is where we'll get a lot of notifications, right? Ever since Obama was in office, there was a way to get 2 to 3 cell phones, even if you didn't have any money. So they actually called them Obama phones. So people who paid, $1,000 for a phone, $500 for a phone, whatever. Everybody had phones, and people who couldn't afford phones had phones. And even if they didn't have internet, they'd go hang out at McDonald's because they had free Wi-Fi. My point is this: we get on average about 50 push notifications a day just from apps, ones that get pushed across that we knowingly or unknowingly want pushed to us. And then on average, put another 150 on top of that. So typically, the typical person on average will get about 200 notifications a day.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And if you
200.
don't think that's a distraction,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right. So let's talk about focus. Focus is a skill, not a talent. You're not born focused, you train it. All right. So just like, I was honestly genetically smallest kid in my class, all this good stuff. I wasn't born, a Division I running back, right? It was trained. Uh, it was a lot of hard work in the weight room. It was a lot of hard time running, sprints and ladder drills and cones and doing different things and putting my body through that in order to get to that next level, right? Um, had I just said, I'm just going to do with what I got, I would have never been able to play football at Nebraska. Just would have never happened. And I don't think there's too many guys out there that could say that they could play at a very high level just because they were born that way. Well, your focus is the same way, right? It isn't something you have, it's something you build. Like a muscle, the more you practice, the stronger it gets. So start with 5 minutes a day of focused time on something you want to accomplish, right? Um, and build that over time. So the good news, even if you've struggled with focus before, you can improve starting today. All right. So the power of single tasking. All right. Because multitasking is a lie. All right. You see this guy trying to do like, and I remember a time when I said, man, I'm a great multitasker. Danny, you probably said it to yourself too, right? Like I can do a million things at a time, and I can, but am I doing my very best in every single one of those? Absolutely not.
Impossible.
I'm skating by, right? So the fact is, your brain can't fully focus on more than one thing at a time. Now that says fully focus, right? Doesn't mean you can't be doing multiple things at a time, right? Multitasking equals doing multiple things poorly, right? So the solution, master the art of single tasking. Focus on one thing with full attention, period. All right. And get it done, right? Put a time on that and make it happen. So, four strategies to sharpen your focus. Simple habits to build laser like focus, right? Number one, prioritize the important. Start each day with your number one priority before distractions hit. So I don't think, Denny, I don't think writing a book is your number one priority right now, correct? We've got
No,
some
but
other,
I think we can safely say I can put 5 minutes a day towards it right
yeah.
here, right now, tonight. Because why not?
Well, and once again, starting the day off for me is my number one priority is my health. Okay. My relationship with God and my health. I wake up, throw on the new product, spend about 30 minutes in meditation, prayer, then I do my exercise. I do my number one priority every single morning in every every single day, right? Before I get any distractions, before I check my emails, before sometimes Denny calls me during my workouts. And I'm using my phone with my heart rate monitor and I just need to make sure I do answer occasionally. Most of the time I don't. He knows. He's like, well, if I don't answer, you must be working out. Okay. So number two, eliminate the noise. Turn off notifications, silence your phone, and create a distraction free zone, which honestly will probably be giving some people some anxiety right now, right? Because I know it does me, right? Like I have my phone on me 24/7 most of the time, right? And it does give me anxiety to turn those notifications. What if I miss somebody that needed one of my clients, broke his ankle and like you get all these things in your mind, but guess what? You ain't going to change the fact that he broke his ankle. It's already broke. Like all you can do is be like, sorry, bro, you know, or something like that, right? So create that distraction free zone. I do that for 30 minutes every morning. The first 30 minutes of my day, wake up, do my thing for 30 minutes. Then I get on my phone, start the music, start the workout, and I get after it. So, number three, work in sprints, right? Sprints. Use the uh, Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused work, a 5 minute break. Do a walk with that break, right? Do some push ups in that break. Drink some water in that break. Do some things that are going to help you get more energy for the next 25 minutes, right? And then protect your energy. Number four, get enough sleep, move your body and fuel your brain, right? So on those breaks, super simple. Fruit, water, not, like Snickers. Snickers doesn't satisfy. Let's be real honest. Okay, that's a marketing ploy that has everybody messed up. You're not going to turn into some mean old lady if you don't eat a Snickers. Okay, promise you. So those are four ways, right? So the power of saying no is just as important, right? Focus isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you don't. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to your goals. This one
Read
was
it
hard.
again.
Yeah. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to your goals. That's huge.
Yep.
That one thing. If that's all you take away from this presentation tonight, that will change your life in itself. Protect your time like it's your most valuable asset because it is. I just turned
Yep.
50. My most valuable asset is definitely wearing thin. Okay. Like I know it's not the end of the world at 50, but listen, I've been here for more than half of the time I'm going to be here. I don't think I'll make it to 100. I really don't. So I've been here more than half of the time for sure that I'm going to be here. So it is, I had this the sand going through the hourglass on the slide before, right? Like you need to protect it. It is your most important asset. And then always ask yourself, does this move, doing this thing, does this move me closer to my goal? And if not, just say no, not going to do it, right? And the hard part is I think with kids, and Denny can probably like your kids' goals aren't necessarily your goals. But what do
Correct.
we do as parents?
Oh man, I see it every day. Drives
I do
drives
it,
me up the wall.
I do it too. Like,
Drives me up the wall.
you know,
You got to get in the mind of where they're at because if my kids, if I was pushing my beliefs on my kids, they would be standout baseball players and wrestlers right now, because I would force them to. But that's not it. I got a phenomenal soccer player. I mean, who knows if he'll go play in college or whatnot past that. Depends on his drive and dedication on what he wants to do. But that's the path that he wants, and that's the path he's working for. So to me, that's what's important.
hmm yep. So it's difficult as parents to not to put your goals on the back burner.
I'll say it. Look at all the dads that are on the sideline of the football field that are coaching.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of dads that are living vicariously, or they want their son to make a big hit just so they can look at the guys around them and hold their head up high. But what about your kid?
And
so
how
it's
I
crazy.
I always kind of chuck because how in shape are those dads?
Oh, dude.
Are they leading by example?
A
That's one
lot of
thing.
them look like Grimace.
One thing I firmly believe in is leading by example, right? I'm not going to ask
No.
my kids to
Look
do
at Coach
anything I
Tom.
wouldn't
Look at
do, or they're
Coach
going to do it.
Caleb.
So,
These
yeah.
guys are these guys are leading the kids the right way.
All right.
We,
So
we could
next,
get off on a tangent
yeah, we
real
can get
fast
off
here.
on a lot of tangents there. So the environment matters. You can't out discipline a distracting environment. Okay. So design your environment to support your focus. Clean your workspace. That's something I did the other day, Denny. I didn't tell you about, but like my desk had been overflowing. Cleaned it up. It's awesome. I got a nice little space here. Now, remove the clutter. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals. I've got pictures of the house I want to build. I got a picture of the car I want. Right. I've got that I'm a grandpa and how important that is to me up here. I got some other commitment letters I got up behind on the wall to remind me of all the things that why I do what I do. Right. So you want to have reminders of that. And then bonus, spend time with people who challenge you to stay focused and driven. Spend time with those
Yeah.
guys. And where do you find those guys? To have an idea, we have a lot of guys inside the STB locker room that are exactly that way, right? And we're all trying. None of us are perfect. We're all working on it, and we're working on it together, and we support each other, and we're driven to dominate 2025, get a little bit better every single day, right? So let's talk about the focus challenge. What's one distraction you'll eliminate this week? All right. So identify your biggest distraction, create a simple plan to eliminate it or at least reduce it, and then commit to focused action every day and watch your progress skyrocket. Okay. So one accountability. Awesome. Join the free 20-day unstoppable program inside the locker room. It's at stblockerroom.com/unstoppable. We walk you through this process over the course of 20 days with all of the other guys inside of the locker room, and we hold you accountable, right?
The biggest disclaimer we want to put out here is nobody from the STB locker room, Coach Todd, Coach myself, neither one of us said that your biggest distraction when you're trying to eliminate or reduce it. This 100% cannot be a boss or a coworker unless you're changing jobs. So there is no physical harm that we have said that we'd like you to do.
Right. So what's next? Dude, we're gonna focus. Focus wins the game every time. It helps you cross the finish line, right? Success isn't about doing more; it's about focusing on what matters most. And lots of times our guys say, "Hey, guy, I got more time than I've ever had because I'm focusing on the right things and getting rid of the
Yeah.
distractions." So if you're ready to eliminate distractions, take action and finally get the results, the time is now. We're 41 days into 2025. If you've reached all your goals, awesome. And you've done it on your own, even better because you're in the top 0.5% of the men in the world because it's almost nearly impossible to do this on your own. In fact, I would say it is impossible to do it on your own. I don't know anybody that's done it on their own. I haven't done it on my own. I've had mentors, I've had accountability groups, I've had lots of things. I've had Coach Denny and all the other guys in the locker room hold me accountable. Right. So join the STB locker room community to stay accountable and focused on
Yep.
becoming your best self. Right. Sign up now. www.stblockerroom.com/unstoppable. You're going to get 20 days of awesome coaching. And then we move. And then we just, the next step, the next step, the next step. Super basic, super simple. So transform your body, your mind, and your life in 2025, just like these guys have. And our quote of the week: you were not born to be average, you were born to be unstoppable.
Yep.
I think I said that. That's
Everybody has greatness in them.
every single
Everybody
person.
has greatness in them.
So you're the only one holding your destiny in your hands. You need to take action, right? Action creates everything. So
I think
thanks for joining us. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think you need to just go ahead and back those slides up and put that one up there and just be done with it after we're done here. Because I'm telling you, man, a lot of people has never dug into that. And the first time I heard something like that, man, it just spoke volumes.
This
It
one, every
spoke volumes.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Every yes to something unimportant is a no to your goals. All right. So that's what we got this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Coach Todd. That's Coach Denny. Here we go. Let's crush this week. Let's dominate. Do the work, win the day, be relentless. We're bringing the hands in. We're going to dominate on three. 1, 2, 3. Dominate. Let's go. God bless. Much love. Peace out.